Good evening. My name is Ajuri Ingilale, and you are most welcome to Africa's Future Leaders. On this edition of the program, we introduce you to a young man who in so many ways epitomizes the essence of what youthful leadership is all about. His name is Ololade Otayemi, and this is his story. On a sunny morning, new innovation is on the mind of one information technology expert and entrepreneur as he enters his office.
So that way, when you
Also known as the incubator.
go to Civic Lab for the design conference session. And then after that,
For Ololade, practice makes perfect. Tinkering and perfecting, he says yesterday built him for tomorrow.
I grew up in a home with a technologist. My dad was a technologist. He does a lot of technological stuff. For example, I remember growing up, we had electric bulbs that were clap operated in my house. So it was very fascinating for most of my friends, but for us, it was just normal, you know. We grew up, we woke up in the morning and we did this, and the light comes on, and we did this, and it went off again. So I think that was where I got my passion for technology from. But sometimes while I was in the university, I was trying to make a living. I had a laptop then, and I was trying to make a living from it. So I found that there was a cyber cafe in my school where there were a lot of people doing Yahoo at then, which was what they called it, which was internet scam. And I did not want to do Yahoo. I wanted to make a living legitimately. So I would go to the cyber cafe, go online, buy ticket then. I think 1 hour was about 100 naira. And I would start learning how to build websites. So in a few weeks, I think the first day I tried, my first attempt, in that same day, I made my first website. So after that, I started building on the skill, and I learned how to make websites, and it turned into a business. So sometime in the course of my life, I had to move to Lagos. I got to Lagos, and then the police will stop you on the way. Once they see you carrying a laptop, they just assume you are an internet fraudster, a Yahoo boy in quotes. And then they begin to ask you for the receipt of your laptop, receipt of your phone, receipt of your shoes and all that. So it got tiring, and I wanted to get an iPad at the time, which was very expensive. I could not afford. So I would go into Computer Village to see if I could get really affordable tablet PCs, because I believed if I had that, I would be able to go around showing my clients the things I could do for them without me having to carry the big laptop about. So I got into Computer Village one day, and then I discovered that the iPad was so expensive. And then about the same time, there was BlackBerry Playbook that came out, which was also very expensive. So I thought, okay, how can we get this thing cheaper and more affordable for everyone, especially for people like me who are young and who cannot afford the iPad but want the same thing. So that was when I started my research into mobile devices and how we could make it more affordable. So I worked with a guy then in Computer Village, and we did a prototype. We did about 30 pieces of the tablet PC then, which was the first what we called Opera Inferno. About 30 pieces, and in like 2 weeks we had sold it out without any form of marketing. So that was when I knew that, okay, there are a lot of people out there who want affordable smart devices and they do not have access to it. So the whole purpose of creating Opera mobile devices was to have affordable smart devices like tablet PCs, smartphones, which would give people opportunity to learn and interact with the world, have access to information all over. Because one interesting thing about me is most of the things I know I learned on the internet. I learned how to build a website by myself on the internet. I learned how to make mobile applications on the internet by myself. I learned how to put together, take apart smartphones. I learned the architecture of smartphones and everything by myself on the internet. I didn't learn all these things in school. I taught myself most of these things. And why could I do that? Because I had access to the internet. And I believe that if we're able to get as many smartphones into the hands of young people, as many tablet pieces into the hand of young people, it will be an avenue for them to have access to information and for them to learn and get skills that they normally wouldn't get in the regular school arrangements.
Ololade details how local solutions best resolve local problems as he manufactures smart devices with 60 hours of battery life to offset inadequate power supply in Nigeria.
The way we design our model is such that we target the people between the age of 18 and 55. We believe that that age range is the age range of smart and creative people. Now, at some point, for some of our devices, we streamline to between 18 and 35 because we believe that between the age of 18 and 35, you are constantly thinking of ways to do things better and you are eager to learn more, typically. Although our world has gotten to a point now where people are more interested in social media and how the world perceives them, not really about what they know and what they can offer people. So it's quite disappointing at some point, but the thing is we're trying to see how fast and how much we can create a balance between what people know in their head and what people see outside. Very soon we are working towards starting our local assembly plant, which would do two things. First of all, it will create a lot of jobs for young Nigerians. And the thing is, these jobs do not require you to have a BSc or a MSc. It just requires you to have your hands and a mind to learn new skills. And I think most young Nigerians are very, very enterprising and they are very open to learning new skills. So that is one of the ways by which we are hoping to be able to reach some of these people. Another way we are hoping to be able to reach them is we would have government work with us so that we can have some of these devices taken to rural areas and then train some of these kids who have never seen some of these devices before. Like a kid who has never seen a tablet PC before, a computer before, how to use a computer and the things they could possibly do with a computer.